What's good, YouTube? Akil here, back with another video, and today I'm going to share some stuff that sold on eBay over these past couple of days. So if you guys are interested in these type of videos, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and let's get into it. Alright y'all, so first up we got a pair of these New Balance 990 V5s. I actually just picked these up just a few days ago from Ross, but I believe it was $29 or $27.99. Got these for a really good deal from Ross, and these sold over the weekend for $100. Now, this colorway was really dope in my opinion, but anytime I come across New Balances, I usually always give them a second look because New Balances tend to sell for some decent profit, especially if they're brand new with or without box. So like I said, if you guys come across some New Balances and you might not really know, definitely just give it a closer look, because I even just picked up a pair of New Balances not too long ago. I believe they're called the double taps or W taps. I know a lot of people were dropping a lot of comments on them and kind of filling me in, but those were selling for well over $1,000. Now, I didn't sell them yet, but after picking up those shoes, it just kind of made me a little more aware of New Balances, so I'm just trying to share that with you guys as well. Alright y'all, so next up we got this pair of Nike Air Harachis in this dope cobblestone colorway. Now, this one was really nice. I picked these up from Ross for I believe $49.99. They sold for $110, free shipping as usual. And these also went out padded flat rate envelope. Downside to this is that I'm running out of padded flat rate envelopes. Drop a comment if you guys are running low on shipping supplies. I know the post office is like super behind right now, but at this point I'm getting kind of nervous because I already like ordered some stuff maybe a month ago and it still didn't get here yet. So just drop a comment, let's keep the conversation going. Let me know if you guys are kind of readily stocked on supplies, but I know right now for me, padded flat rate bags are running pretty low. But next up we got this pair of Nike Hyperdunks. I picked these up maybe 5 or 6 months ago, maybe a little longer than that. These were on clearance in Ross for I believe only $10. Finally got these sold for $69.99. I always tell people when it comes down to picking up sizes that's like size 16, 18, anything like that, those are going to sit for a very long time. Now, there were some instances where I was able to flip really big shoes in like a matter of days, but usually I'm always well prepared to just, you know, sit on those items for a decent amount of time, and this one took maybe 6 to 7 months for it to finally sell. And like I said, I picked it up for $10, so I made some decent profit on this. And usually anytime I'm shipping out shoes, not even usually, every single time I'm selling shoes that's way too big to fit in a padded flat rate envelope, it always goes out via pirate ship, and that's what I did with these shoes. And like I said, decent profit, just had to wait a very long time for these to sell. Next up we got a pair of Nike Shox NZs, and I picked these up from the Nike outlet just a few days ago as well, so these sold really quickly. Surprisingly, these were only $39.99. I usually find Nike Shox in the outlets for like $59 or $69.99. This one was super cheap, and it was only one in there, so I grabbed that one up, priced it for $100 because it did have a lot of other sellers selling these same shoes, and this one sold within a few days after listing it. So this was a really good flip, really quick flip, and I still go to the Nike outlet. I don't go as often as I used to, but I'm still just trying to make sure I pop in there every once in a while to see if I can come across some good deals. And lately I've been getting some really good stuff, so I'm gonna try to go in there and get some in-store footage for you guys too. Next up we got some cleats. Picked these up from Ross as well. I believe these were $19.99. At first I was selling these pretty often for like $69 to $79. Now it's kind of flooded on these, so I did drop the price just a little bit to $59.99. And this one took kind of long to sell because it did have a lot of size 10.5s available online, but mine finally did sell for $59.99. So I basically just doubled up my money in terms of profit, and they didn't sell super quickly. I sold maybe 5 or 6 pairs of these same shoes, just different sizes, and I listed them all at different times, but this is the last one that I had, and all the others sold within a matter of days. I just think now, since football season is kind of coming back and people are starting to do practices and stuff like that, I think more football cleats will start to sell a little more faster now, hopefully. Stepping away from the shoes just a little bit is this Nintendo DS Lite. I picked this up for I think $12.99 from the thrift store, and it actually had this Super Mario game included in it, so I just bundled it all together. And the good thing, of course, is that it also came with the original charger. Now, since it did have the game and the charger, I priced it just a little higher. I priced it for $59.99, and it sold just within about 2 or 3 days after listing it. I also picked up another one, and they said it didn't actually work, but once I got home I tested it out. I believe it was in German, had to change it over to English, and they probably didn't realize that was the only issue, and they probably just wanted to get rid of it and price it really cheap. But thankfully I just took a chance on it since the other one was super cheap. I think it was $2, and like I said, I was able to test it and it worked out fine. So this one sold for $60 since I included the game. The other other one I'll probably sell that one closer to 50 since it doesn't include the Super Mario game. Next up, we got a pair of these Nike React runners, and these are the ISPAs. I picked these up maybe 4 or 5 months ago. I had these sitting in inventory for a while. I was actually considering just dropping the price just a little bit, but I tell you guys all the time, when it comes to selling shoes on eBay, as long as it's $100 or more, you save money on fees. So I didn't want to drop the price too much, and thankfully, as soon as I was even just considering dropping the price, I finally got a sale on those. And these also went in a padded flat rate envelope, and these sold, like I said, it took a while to sell, but I'm just glad that I just kind of held steady to my price and was able to capitalize on just paying no fees, since those sell for over $100. Next up, we got a pair of these Polo Ralph Lauren pants in this salmon colorway, and I had a bunch of these. I still got a ton of these left in the classic fit. The slim, I believe those were the stretch straight fit. Those are pretty much sold out. I probably got like 3 or 4 pairs left of those, but the classic fit, I have a ton of these left. So I'm definitely going to try to get these sold before the summer is over, just because I know right now is when people will be picking these up, maybe a little bit into the fall as well, but once we get into the winter time, these will probably sit for a lot longer. Next up, your boy is actually trying to get into some vintage just a little bit. I actually picked this one up from the thrift for only $1.99. Main reason why I picked it up was because it was $1.99, but I'm not a big like vintage seller at all, and everybody always says just pay attention to like the screen print. It usually does have a date, and I believe the date on this sweater in particular said 1991, so I figured somebody would be interested in this one. Mine sold within about 2 weeks after listing it. I'm not sure if I probably should have priced it a little higher, maybe a little lower, but it is what it is. It sold for 25 bucks. And last but certainly not least, we got this coat from the brand Cool, Kuhl. I used to sell this brand a ton when I was back in Santa Barbara. I used to find this brand all the time. It's more of like a REI brand, and when I came across this jacket, I instantly knew it was quality. It felt really heavy and nice, and this one sold for $140. Now the thing with this coat, every time I tell people, I always ship out big bulky items with pirate ship, so that's what I did with this coat here as well. But the thing with Cool, some of their pants usually sell for like 40-50 bucks, but anytime I can find a good quality jacket, I already know that's going to be money. So definitely pay attention to this brand if you guys are trying to source and just get ahead for the 4th quarter. I've been picking up a bunch of coats and jackets and more like wintertime stuff, and people ask me all the time if they should list it now or wait, and I always say just list it now, get it out there, because you never know, people might be wanting to just pick it up right now. And I think this one actually went out to someone in California. I know this is a brand that people are really liking out there. So this one sold really quickly in less than a week of me actually getting it listed. So definitely keep that in mind in case you guys come across Cool. Always pick it up, because that's one of my favorite brands to sell. Alright y'all, that's all I got for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
For the winner, cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off this shit. You should wanna be a real one.